Hello and welcome to Neil's Spanish Fly Box. When I first started fishing in Spain, I was told that fish were being caught on the pheasant tail. Now I stupidly put on the usual pheasant tail, the soya version, and whilst I was catching fish, not as many as my compatriots, this is what they were using. This was their version of the pheasant tail. It's very productive. I can tell you that it will catch wild brownies in small mountain streams and also in larger rivers, the stock brownies and the rainbows. It's a very versatile little nymph. Now, if you're going to tie it in a larger size, you will probably want to put on something like these little wing buds. Obviously on the larger nymphs, as they mature, wing buds and wings start to appear, but on the smaller ones not. Now today I'm going to tie it on a size 16 on a light nymph hook with a 2.8 copper bead. Now the materials today are a brown thread. It can be black, it can be dark brown, light brown, it can really be whatever you want it to be. Obviously for the body, cock pheasant tail fibres. For the collar, hare's ear. And for the tail, I'm going to use a cock hackle fibre in place of the pheasant tail points. As you know, when you've caught a few fish on the pheasant tail points, they're a bit delicate and they soon disappear and you have to change your fly. So I'll be using the fibres from a cock hackle. So let's get this bead mounted. I have never used it as a fly underneath a dry fly, as in a duo nymph, but I can't imagine that it wouldn't be successful. It certainly can be fished on the point or on the dropper. Now, the hackle fibres, depending upon the size of the nymph and the hook, won't need too many. And you won't need them too long either. It's a little bit on the long side, so I'll just put them back a little bit. There. I'm going to tie in copper wire. This is a 09 from Hares. It's quite fine. If you want to use something a little bit thicker, I don't think it would make any difference. One of the things about tying flies is that you can really adapt and manipulate patterns to your own desire without it causing too much damage to either your fishing or to the fly. Just get rid of those fibres. Wind it back down the end of the shank. Again, with the amount of fibres for the body, it really does depend upon how long the shank is and how big the hook is and how big the nymph is, but there's about 6 fibres there, I think. I'm just going to cut those points off that I was talking about not so long ago. The weak part. And tie down the butts back to the eye. Right, I'm going to wind this up to the bead. I mean, this is a very simple tie-in, but it's just so effective. It really does catch a lot of fish. Certainly in Spain, and I have no reason for it not to. And not to think that it won't catch fish in any other country. Take off those extras there. think probably about 4, 3, 4 is enough. Tie that in. I'm going to helicopter that off. Now hare's ear. This actually is a hare's ear, hare's mask, squirrel, grey squirrel mix. And the longer fibres or the longer hairs from the grey squirrel really does give it some long legs when you want it. I think that's enough for a small fly. This is just a question of tying it off. In fact, I'm going to come back on that. Never be afraid of going back because it's not as tight as I want it. So we'll have another go. Yes, that's a bit better, isn't it? And now we'll tie it off. I'm going to give it a little brush with Velcro, try and get out some of those longer fibres. So I'm going to get rid of those super long ones. A bit of hairdressing won't do it any harm. And there we have it, the finished fly. Very simple, very effective. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And do subscribe if you'd like to see more of this type of video. Thank you. Bye.